Let me go live on YouTube. And then let's get right into the thick of it. Let's get right into the thick of it. Right in the thick of it. Let's get right into the thick of it. Do you guys see what's going on at Rockstar headquarters? Can someone fill me in? What's going on at Rockstar? All I know is things are not looking good over there. Things are looking pretty bad. Think they fired devs? They were saying that the devs were like releasing NDA information or something because they were on a Discord, but then it was because they were like trying to form a union, but then they were saying they were not forming a union, and then like, what's going on? What's going on? Also, I gotta fix these. These line traces are not not correct, so it'll be let me fix that real quick. Where's Fireball? Get actor forward vector. What if we get they're gonna release a polished project, not a buggy mess, and they fire people they don't need anymore. Project Hire Loop. I'm gonna delete these guys because it's kind of starting to distract me here. There we go. Now we're getting some proper line traces. We can delete that so we don't see it anymore. Let's do the same to the mage projectile. Yeah, firing is a common thing, but it's kind of weird that they would fire a bunch of people when they just delayed it by another 6 months. I feel like that's kind of counterproductive. Seems like they do need people. I don't know. But what am I to say? We're in a weird age. I'm extremely privileged that I don't have to deal with corporate bureaucracy right now. I'm not hyped at all for GTA 6. Man, I just don't really care. I'm more hyped for like what Deadlock is gonna come out with, you know? I care more about that, even though I sometimes have my quarrels with Valve and whatnot. Some of the jank that's associated, but I've had such a good time with Deadlock. I'm more curious about that than... Just going to developing GTA 7 now? Yeah, we're kind of sick of GTA 6. Now, what about GTA 7? Attempting to move a fully simulated skeletal mesh. What? What does he mean by this? Attempting to move a fully simulated skeletal mesh. What did I do to you, flying ball? It looks like it was happening on Tick. Yeah, Ben. Golden, how's it going? Crimson, take fear, for I am halfway there to having enough points for you to make you do a few push-ups. How dare you? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? Is that what's going on? Are you threatening me? So it's war then, huh? Ugh. Happy Friday? Yeah, whatever, man. Happy Friday to you, too. I actually don't know what those warning messages are for. What the flippity floppity? Such strong words. Sorry. My bad. Can I get a full-on workout sesh with my 300k points? No, Alex. No, you cannot. No, not streaming a full-on workout session on stream. I did think about that. Hey, if I ever get my own house in this economy, and I get like a home gym, I'll stream the home gym, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it'd be weird, a game dev streamer streaming himself going to the gym. I guess it's also kind of weird that I stream myself doing 5 push-ups on the stream anyways, but you know, whatever. It's a little different. There's a bit of a difference, okay? Computer dude in a gym, isn't that content? Content. Content. We gotta have the content. Come on, we gotta make content. We gotta make some content. Bit of a question here. Did it take you a long to get blueprint communication? For you to understand blueprint communication? I seem to still not understand it. What part do you not understand of blueprint communication? I just do a lot of casting, man. I just do a lot of casting. I'm sure the fucking coding purists is going to be like, oh, my God, you're not supposed to be casting that much. Just use that blueprint interface. It's like, okay, great. Like, that's not that much better, but sure, I suppose. Gym content? Yeah, I'm gonna get fucking massive. I'm gonna become massive. Push! Ah, my chest. I still have a problem where like I need to stretch out my chest because it feels, for the past few months, it's felt very tight. I don't know if I'm slowly dying, but it's been feeling very tight. Blueprint interface is cast under the hood too. Like the thing is, if you're getting memory to an object, you're still keeping that object in memory. Like you just have to be careful with doing a variety of things. Casting, I don't think is necessarily the big problem. I don't know. There's no black or white when it comes to certain use cases in coding. And I feel like a lot of people that you see on Reddit use shit in a black or white way. It's like, don't ever use this. Do not use event tick. It's hard to explain. I get hit actors and interfaces and picking up actors and such. I don't know. I feel like I could dive deeper. I don't know. Take a screenshot of like a situation where you feel like you could do it better, and then maybe I could provide feedback. Crim Swallow. Swole Crim. It's me. Swole Crim. Will I become suit for hire in real life? Being able to kick down metal doors? You fucking bet. Okay, so today, I think we want to give... I think we want to make it so we can assign different state trees to enemies. We also are still seeing this error of attempting to move a fully simulated skeletal mesh. Please use the teleport tag. Why is it... Attempting to move a fully simulated skeletal mesh. Where is that occurring? Is that on death? Yes. It's when they die. So what is causing them? What's attempting to move a fully... Attempting to move a fully simulated skeletal mesh. Oh. It's right here. The biggest culprit of casting, in my opinion, is not... Like, if you do it on tick, then yeah, save a reference to the object and then be careful and whatever, blah, 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 blah. But the biggest thing is memory. The biggest one is memory, as far as I know. When you do a cast, you're basically keeping that thing into memory at all times, and you end up in a very bad fucking snake eating itself loop, which is not very good. I would avoid, yeah, get actor of class. I would maybe avoid that, but that's also like not like horrible. If you have no other way of doing it and you're only doing it once, okay. You know, especially if it's like on startup or anything like that, it's fine, right? When you're doing it every tick, then, you know, maybe probably not the best. You probably want to save a reference to it, blah, 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 all that kind of shit. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a professional, man. I just do the thing, and I do it in a very lackluster way. It's not like professionally done. Words, words, things, shapes. Words, letters, numbers. Letters, numbers, shapes. I think you became a professional after Superfire? I don't know. I don't know if that's true. What is a professional? Is it someone who earns money from something? But then, is that really a professional? Or is that just someone who is able to monetize the thing that they're currently doing? I don't know. What is a professional game developer? What is? Let's talk about bump maps. Hey, you want to get real hot? Let's use Photoshop for our texturing pipeline. Oh my God. Let's go back in time. Back to when we used to use Photoshop for texturing. You want to get nice and sweaty? I don't know, what is clean code? Fuck is clean code, you know? I'd say just code in a way that's comfortable for you. If you find that communicating between objects is a sore in the ass, or it's like really annoying to do it, then you have a problem to solve, right? Then you kind of think, okay, like how do we solve this issue? How do I communicate to an actor to figure out like how to interface with it? If it's from a performance standpoint, then yeah, you know, something to figure out there. But if you don't have any issues with it and you're just kind of like, I think I could do this better, then, you know, like, I don't know, just, I think there has to be a problem. Don't try to solve something that's not there, like not a problem yet, because then you're just, you might not actually have necessarily a problem there. Okay, flying ball. We've been looking at you for too long. Let's see if you work now. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Just setting the relative looking up. There we go. Okay, so now we don't get those warnings anymore. We do have one warning right here. Set focus. Probably because we killed the enemy, and so it has no focus. Okay, that's not too big of a deal. Well, it kind of is, but it's also not at the same time. You know, it kind of is, but, you know, whatever. Where is this? On query finished. Oh. Did I do the following enemies with EQS? They are currently using EQS, but to be honest, I don't think they need to. I think we're going to adjust their system a little bit. That's what we're going to be doing right now. So, big thing is, right now, everything runs off of this state tree, and we cannot modify it because it is by default put it right in here. State tree. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to clear this. And we don't want to start the logic automatically. And instead I'm going to get an object reference to a state tree. We're going to go here, set state tree. And then we're going to start logic. And that will be our finish enemy spawn. And we call that in the character. Somewhere in here. Wait, no, finish enemy spawn. Gets called right here. The state tree is going to be a reference that we set here. So we'll set that to the default. This means that our enemy AI should still be working. What's the new game going to be like? Indie Skyrim? I don't know. It's a video game with swords and bows and spells and shit. It's a video game. Slicey dicey, bow and abilities and spells and shit. Even I don't know, necessarily. Yeah, the flying enemy right now does use EQS. Okay, so now that their logic is running, that means that that is working. Let's keep this open, just in case. This means that we can create a different state tree. Did I play Devil Daggers? I did. One of the inspirations for this game was Devil Daggers, but I don't think it's necessarily, like, I wouldn't say it's like the big influence. Enemy state tree ranged. I guess we could call this EST. But the thing is, it okay, so for the EST, we're gonna remove the aggression check. We don't need a move to attack. No, I don't think we need a move to attack. I think the move to target player, we're just going to give them a different EQS. Kind of keeps them in range to attack and whatnot, and then we'll kind of go from there. I wonder how long Devil Daggers took, how many devs? Pretty sure it's either 1 or 2. Pretty sure it was like mostly a solo dev. I think. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. Good, Barry. How's the progress for the playtest build this day? We're 13 days away. It's going okay, I think. I think. And that will go immediately into attack. If is aggressive is true. Okay, we don't have an aggression system anymore. Actually, we will, but let's just do this for now. And then let's give the floaty flying balls. Let's go ahead and give them a new state tree, which will be EST ranged. Which means they will immediately attack us no matter what. So let's put some grunts in here. So technically the grunts will be aggressive on us. Oh, hold on. The flying balls are taking priority. Is it gonna be like Kingsfield? Kingsfield? What's that? Kingsfield. What is this? What is Kingsfield? Kingsfield. Kingsfield. Kingsfield? I have a feeling you're thinking of a different name or a different game. I have a feeling I know which game you're talking about. I'd say no. Kingsfield is the original FPS Souls. I literally don't even know what that is. Kingsfield? Kingsfield game. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a fucking... Wait, no. Is it? Wait, no. I thought it was one of those dungeon crawlers where you like move forward. It's RuneScape. No, no, it's not gonna be like this. I don't think it'd be like this. Did I finish up the control rig stuff? No. I have not worked on any of that. How long do you think this game will take you to release? I don't know. We'll have to see if it's even a viable, like, fun thing to continue working on after the prototype playtest. I feel like it's fun right now, but we'll see. We'll see. We need a Boolean, which I don't really like doing this. Category AI behavior. We're going to make a Boolean called requires aggression. Default will be true. Yeah, I kind of didn't do any more of the control rig stuff. We'll have to probably take a gander into that later on, because I'll probably have to watch a video to figure out like how to get started on that. But I'm not too worried about it right now, to be honest. So it's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Requires aggression. So in our player character, actually not in our player character, in the enemy manager component, from here we want to check requires aggression. Yeah, we want to put this here. This is a bit stupid, but you know, whatever. I think because we do the check here, I don't think they're ever going to get... They're not going to grab the aggression, so I think we should be fine. I need to figure out how to use the gameplay debugger so I can, like, debug this stuff. It's a bit of a pain right now trying to figure out who's aggressive and who's not. Gotta say, pretty shit. Yeah. You know, Niels? For me, I actually don't know if I used... I don't know if I actually used the elapsed time. I'm pretty sure I did, but I think what I did instead is I didn't use... I think I used the montage as a positioning thing. BetMe has redeemed a Kermit voice, and he wants me to just say... Hi. Hey. Hey. Hello. Hey. Hey, how are you? That doesn't sound like Kermit. That sounds like, what's his face? What's the guy's face? insert random guy's name here. Patrick something. But yeah, I actually used the montage, but I think there was one thing that we used, the elapsed time, right here, for the kick. For the kick, we use the elapsed time to basically determine the strength of the kick. So I'd say a timer doesn't really make too much sense. I don't know if I would do a timer. I feel like that probably unnecessary. I use the elapsed seconds though. You can use a timer. I'd say it depends on what you're doing. I think that's the big one. That's the big meaty question. Okay, so flying ball, we do not require aggression. Where is AI behavior? Does not require aggression. So that means all three of the grunts should take aggression, and then these guys should still attack us. What the? Okay, so they're still taking aggression. Those guys should still be firing. Okay, cool. Cool, okay. Got that working. What's the top priority for you? If the game is good, if the game is popular, if you enjoy making the game? All of the above. I think the biggest one, for me, funny enough, is actually none of those. The top priority for me is, does the game challenge me as a developer? Is there a challenge? Am I learning something? I think that's the biggest one for me. But I am very 50-50 when it comes to, do I enjoy working on this and do I enjoy the game as a whole? 50%. Will the game, is there a chance that the game will do well? The other 50%. And then I work on the game and I make it good so that the other 50% can do better. Right? Because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make a living here, and so I can buy food and live, have a roof over my head. Yeah, all of the above. Everything in balance. I don't want to work on something just because I think it'd be popular, because then what if I just fucking hate working on it? Then it just sucks. Then the product suffers, I think, in the end. Bum 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 bum. We need some proper animations when you parry an attack. We need to get that going. We don't have any cool flary cool animation stuff for that. That'd be awesome. Have I seen Ikigai? I don't know what that is. Okay, so range enemies do a different system and allow them to attack separate from the melee enemies. Okay, that's done. We do need the current attacker stuff. We do not have that stuff yet, and we do need to work on that. A bunch of enemies can attack us all at once, which is not very good. It's not very good. I don't think these guys should... Their projectiles should not be homing, I don't think. Homing. Is a homing projectile? No. I also don't think their projectiles need to be that loud, to be honest. I'm gonna get you. You should bounce back. I think one of the things I'd like to do is make it so they'll deflect and bounce off in a random direction. But I think at some point it'd be cool to have like a perk that you could unlock that would like directs projectiles more accurately. Crimson's Fantasy with more steps. It's not Crimson's Fantasy. Not the same thing. I don't even know what Crimson's Fantasy was trying to be. I don't even know anymore. Four circles, what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs. I don't know. I don't overthink any of that. As a game developer, I just kind of... As a creative person who's also trying to start a business, or I guess who's maintaining a business, I just don't... I don't think about all of that stuff. I just kind of do. You know what I mean? I think that makes my job a lot easier. Just doing. Just doing it. You know what I mean? Just do the thing. Look good, man. I actually don't even have a walking animation in right now, Ben. I removed it. I could probably bring it back though. I think the reasoning was that it was causing some like blending additive problems that weren't like very good for the purpose of making shit work, so I just removed it. Where was that? Oh, right. It was just being blended right here in the run forward. I think it was like I was trying to get a breathing animation in. I think. I don't know why the run forward is there. Hell, I don't know why all of these two-way blends are over here. This could be done differently, but, you know, whatever. I'm not sure what the world needs in terms of indie games. That's not something you can, like, easily answer, I feel like. I think that's just make things. Just make things that are fun. I think the thing is, when you answer that question, it's not because you're answering the question proactively or retroactive. It's not, you're not answering it proactively. You're answering it after someone already released something, and that's because they just went in and just did it. They found an idea. They were like, you know what? Let's just try it out, and they just did it. No amount of assessing can, in my opinion, can give you success. Just find something that's fun. You play test it. Yeah. That's all there is to it. Had a long ass conversation about first person and third person. First person will be easier for now, single player for sure, and keep trying multiplayer and getting overwhelmed. Yeah, making a single player game I think is a really good way to go like first. I think that's one thing I would say. If you are still getting into like figuring out game design and game programming and stuff like that, single player is just like figure that out first. Take the time to do a couple single player games, because multiplayer just adds a whole layer of complexity that just like, it makes it harder for you to learn this, like even the first part, which is single player. And I think figuring that part out first allows you to take space and time to figure out the multiplayer networking side of it. That's what I would say. Was Suit for Hire successful financially? I'd say so. I'd say so. For first game release, I would definitely say so. I'm able to go full-time, which I think is awesome. I think there's a privilege to be said. There's something to be said there, right? Especially in this economy. in this economy, going full-time, doing your own thing, shit. Even though it did take us quite a bit of time to get to this point. Let's give a run blend. Yep. Oh, this is probably why I removed it. It's probably because of this weird looking thing. Let's see. We have a walk forward. I think we want this as like a really subtle detail. I think if anything. Yeah, that's more than enough. Do I ever have to deal with burnout when it comes to game dev? I think so, but I don't think I dealt with burnout. The thing is, I could be going through burnout right now. At the moment, I'm not. Like, not having to work on Suit for Hire is honestly very nice. I think working on a project for 5 years, it kind of like desensitizes you to a lot of things, and you're kind of like, what's going on kind of vibe, but dude, you should be able to like do stuff like that. That'd be sick. Like you can, but it's very difficult to. I wonder if there's a way that we can maybe, if we do end up even keeping the wall running, I don't even know if we will. I wonder if we should slow down like the air velocity when we're in the air. But yeah, I'm sure I dealt with burnout. I'd say I did, but like, I wouldn't say it's like burnout. I'd say it's like maybe exhaustion. It reminds me of Blood Thief for some reason. I think it's the platforming elements combined with like the overall aesthetic. I think that's mostly what it is. But from a gameplay flow, I don't know if I would say it's like Blood Thief. One thing we do need to do, I think, is increase the hitbox size of punching and kicking. It's a bit hard. You have to be like really on target to hit it, which can be a bit shit to aim, I gotta say. Could be a little bit shit. What am I? I don't really know what the game is trying to be. I know what the game is trying to go for, but at the same time, I'm also kind of like, if something clicks in my head, like something comes up, and I can tell like there's a game design direction that we go with it, I'll just let it happen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'll just let it happen. If there's a direction, like if this game is meant to be a like arena style kind of Devil Dagger style game, we'll do it. If anything, I'd prefer that because then the scope is a lot smaller. If we do the whole thing where it's like 5 floors, Risk of Rain style, we'll keep that going. You know what I mean? We'll keep that shit going. You know? I don't know. We'll see where it go. Is that gonna be something you ask for in the demo phase? What do you think this game should be? Maybe give folks a multi-choice with a fill-in? I think the biggest question I'm gonna ask people that play the prototype is it fun? And I don't think asking players necessarily, like, I'll put like a extra comment section, like, hey, if you got some extra comments, throw it in there or something. But yeah. Like, I think at the end of the day, I kind of have to read it myself as a developer and figure out like, okay, what's the best plan of action that fits what people say for all we know, people might just enjoy the prototype on its own, like the core loop of like survive as long as possible in a like zone, and like the enemies get stronger as time goes on, which is very Devil Daggers pilled. But I think Devil Daggers has an ending technically, does it not? I'm pretty sure it has an ending. Got a question for Domi.
My pants, I did.
Hold on, I'm shitting my pants. Mortis, thank you for the prime.
Smile.
Thank you, brother. I got a question, not game related, but did you think Tim Corey's master course is good for an amateur? Tim Corey master course. I don't know what that is. So if I give you an answer, it'd be disingenuous. It'd be a really shitty, you know. It'd be a really shitty response because I don't know. I don't know who Tim is. Who the hell is Tim? What's the price of the course? 700 Canadian. C sharp. But what kind of C sharp? Like game development C sharp? Oh, it's just a general course of C sharp and various other things. Not necessarily game development. I don't know. If I give you an answer, it would be it'd be the, it wouldn't be a right answer because I've never done it. I've never looked into it. I don't know. It has a $30 money back. There is like a 1 month thing, so you can go into it without paying that much money. Instead, pay like a smaller amount, so you can kind of try it out and whatnot. Yeah. Anybody in chat working in Unity can help me with a quick problem. Sorry, Crim, for asking in chat, but I'm stuck on some stupid shit. All right, throw it in chat or throw it on Discord. Maybe some people on Discord are using Unity as well. Am I going to be putting the prototype in itch for download under 1 GB or bigger using Butler? It's probably going to be very private. Like it'll probably just be a Google Drive link. Like it's probably going to be like super private, I'll get a bunch of people on Discord, maybe like 15 people or something like that, 10 people, to give it a try. And then I'll probably just like create like a Google form or something. It's probably just gonna be a direct download it like to Google Drive, honestly. Like there's no Steam page yet. Like that's how prototypey this is. Like I don't even know. Right now, okay, here's a current design flaw. The punch and the kick doesn't really have much of a use. Like it does switch the attack type you're doing, which is great. I like the inclusion of the button to switch the attack type you're doing. You know what I mean? Mostly wondering what the prototype is expected to show off. Testing of the combat's fun level will obviously be there. Yeah, a plethora of things, but most of the core focus is the combat system. Because I don't even think we'll be able to get the item system in here, to be honest. But most of like the core focus is how do the weapons feel? How does the spells feel? Like how fun is it fun? Is it enjoyable to use? What's it like dealing with the enemies? Like, how do the enemies feel? Is there enough of like, enough of something there? Do we need more enemy variation? Like, how fun is it to get into combat with enemies and stuff like that? So, yeah. Why not use source control for backup and stuff? We use source control. I got a Perforce server. I do use Notion, Domi. Yeah, this is Notion. What's that Notion timer? This is the timer until our intended date of when we want to start doing prototype playtesting. So I've been slutting around other channels. I swear, you should get your tits out and be more slutty. The enemies should be more tarty. What? It's a placeholder countdown for April 6th. That's the release day. April 6th, baby. Oh, great. You guys are copy pasting the fucking slop. The slop. The slop message. Okay. Ah. Yeah, I think my current problem is the punch doesn't really have that much use. But maybe... I think the problem is that it's, like, not easy to use. Home run! What is it supposed to do? The kick will knock over enemies if I hit them. The punch is kind of like an additional way to deal damage. But I think most of the punch is probably going to be more item oriented. I think it'd be really cool that like the punch synergizes with other like items and abilities and whatnot. So that's kind of the idea. So I think the punch and kick, while there are improvements we can make to the base punch and kick, I think a lot of it comes down to like when we start doing item synergies and whatnot. I think that'll be kind of like the fun element. Yeah. I think there's some fun stuff we can do there. But most of it is the punch is just the interact key, and we just have a punch as like, you know, a fun additional thing that's there. The problem though is it's too risky to punch an enemy. It does not provide enough like value to punch an enemy. Because by the time you're punching an enemy, they're already going to go in and attack you. So, I think that's kind of the problem. There's no, like, return on risk. So I think that's my current problem with the punch right now. The kick is good, because if you charge up a kick, you knock back the enemy, right? And ideally in the future we'll make it so like if you kick an enemy into another enemy, it might like trip them or something like that. Stuff like that, right? I gotta say, the charge up sound for these guys that like shoot often, kind of fucking annoying. They're kind of really annoying. They're kind of like really annoying. I was thinking of charging up like a super punch, kind of like Deadlock style. That could be something we could do. And we could make it so the basic kick and basic punch slowly breaks their footing, which is like the system for when they fall over or get staggered. So punching could like cause them to get staggered. And like we could do that. Like we could, let me see here. Where's our punch? Where's my player character? Here it is. We are in kick. Let's go to punch. Oh, right. This works off of this fucking system. The problem is that we are not, okay. So we'll put that there. We need to put self as source and then this. Okay. How many attacks do they get on you? Like before the player dies? I think the grunts deal 20 damage. So in theory, 5 hits could kill you. We have to put in a system that allows you to regenerate your health. So I don't know how we're going to do that yet. Don't fully know how we're going to do that yet. There might be like a slight health regen system we might do. I don't know. I don't know. We shall see. I do not know. So now what we can do is in the punch, we can make it deal a stagger damage. That being said, oh, there it is, elapsed seconds. Okay, very good. 0.1 to 0.5, 3 to 6. Zero 0.1 to 0.5. We'll do 0.2 stagger damage to 0.6 stagger damage. So if we punch them twice, it should kind of like knock them back a little bit. So that is his stagger. The stagger isn't very like obvious when it happens. Could you have a thumbstick for each hand to hit 2 enemies at 2 different directions? A thumbstick for each hand to hit 2 enemies at different directions. What do you mean by a thumbstick? The enemy with the sword looks like a Wish version of Daredevil? Well, what do you mean? Oh, I see it. With the red eyes. And the little horns. I'm on mouse and keyboard. I don't think we're going to be testing for controller in this first test, to be honest. Big man, huge, humongous, enormous big man. I kind of want to get the small guys in. But we don't have an attack animation for the small guys. And that was the whole point of the control rig, is to try to figure out how can we get an animation for them. Some sort of attack animation. We were thinking they would just run at you. But, I feel like that's not enough. I feel like they need like a little dinky sword or like a club or something. Retarget the sword guy anims. He's like not using the right... I wonder, maybe we could retarget him. Like, how do you get a retargeter working? How does retargeting even work? Create an IK rig? Is that what it is? Create IK rig? See, yeah, we don't have a pelvis. Right click the animation sequence. Hold on, let me see what we're doing here. Interesting that it's not associating the neck to anything. The right leg is also not associating. I would assume we'd start from upper leg. To the foot. I did do auto create retarget chains. Okay. Interesting. Each mesh needs an IK rig, then create retarget asset. Source. And then default target IK rig. So do we need a retargeter for, do we need an IK rig for both the target and the source? Lower arm left was not found in this skeleton. Thigh. Okay, so it's correct. We were supposed to go to upper leg. It's weird. The neck bone is like not associated, which I guess it doesn't care about. And then I guess we have to auto create the IK. Is it need? Do we need to click this button, auto create IK? I'm assuming yes. I'm assuming yes. Which means we probably want to auto create IK here. And we don't see anything moving. Missing a start bone. Oh, that's probably the pelvis. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, shit. We don't have a pelvis. i.e. pelvis, hips, etc., not the actual root of the entire skeleton. Yeah, that's the problem. We don't have a pelvis. That's why I needed to recreate the skeleton. That's why I wanted to recreate the skeleton, is because we don't have a pelvis. What's really annoying is I can't even set this to anything. Like, I can't actually change the root bone. So I can't actually like adjust any of this, which is really annoying. Whereas in this case, this automatically selects the pelvis. I can't even change it. I can't even change it to spine 01. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. Guys. It would appear the hands have gone kaput. Okay. I didn't know you have to right click it. It's really fucking stupid that you can't just change the bone, but okay. So now let's see retarget. The rig to copy animation 2. So let's see the gruntling. Cannot find start bone root in mesh gruntling. What do you mean? What? What about if last hitting with a punch does a soul steal for health region? That could be sick. That could be sick. That could be sick. Aren't you supposed to be able to click these as a preview? And then do it that way? This is me clicking on buttons without a tutorial. Check the OP stack. Okay. Yeah, see, not having a fucking spine 01. Big fuck you to me. Because now it's like not exactly correct at all. You are a noob. 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 Yeah, we got full blown IK. Make for mobile, please? I don't think so. I don't know if I'll do that. It's because it's pretty hard to do. You know, rock kicker? Do you still need to manually make the rig and retargeting? I don't know. Here, let me search up a tutorial on this. I don't even know why I'm doing this right now, but let's just see. UE 5.6 IK retargeting. Let's see. There's got to be like a tutorial on this, right? Okay, so we create an IK retargeter. Oh yeah, see, we're not auto map chains. I think we already did. See, we don't have a neck in here, which is interesting. I don't know if it's needed. I think retargeting is automatic. Let's see. Out of curiosity, let's say we take this guy's React heavy front. And let's see if we add it to the grunt, our grunt. Yep. Yeah, that looks about right to me. That looks about right to me. Oh, it's auto-generating the retargeter. This is ours, but as you can tell, ours isn't working as well as the auto version. I think we just have to re-rig. I think we just got to re-rig our. Yeah, we got to re-rig our guy because it's not gonna cut it. Because he doesn't have a pelvis. I think that's fucking up everything. I think you're doing it backwards? Wait, what do you mean I'm doing it backwards? I did. Let's try that. I wanted to try retargeting the grunt. I was just curious. But if I retarget this guy to the grunt ling, his legs get fucked on the auto generator. I wonder what the auto generate looks like. Can I like, is there a way to use that auto generated? Like, how do you? What's up with his legs? I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I don't know. Okay. Let me take a look at their documentation. See, they're setting the retarget route to the pelvis. Why does their UI look different? You know what I mean? Why does it look super this is 5.6. I am in 5.6. So why is it doing thing? Why is it I'm not sure. Yeah, I think either way we're just going to use auto rig on the grunt and just give him a new rig. I don't know why I didn't auto rig. I don't really know why we did a like a custom thing. I don't really know why. What the hell? So maybe this guy is the problem? Is this guy the problem? Root, spine, head, thigh. Left clavicle. Mm-hmm. I don't know why their retargeter looks more up to date than mine. Anybody else seeing that? Like, am I going crazy? Am I like missing a plugin for retargeting? I don't know why theirs looks so different. It looks so, that's the old op stack. Oh. Okay. Retargeting bipeds with the IK rig. You need a source and a target IK rig set up. Okay. Do this for both characters, then open each IK rig. You must define the root for each character, which is typically the pelvis or hip bone. This is done in order for the character's root motion to be defined and transferred in a proportional way. Okay, so it's possible that because we skipped that step on the grunt, that everything just kind of broke. Things have indeed changed. So for the foot, want to go to the upper leg, and then let's try to auto create the IK again. Set spine 01 as the pelvis. I don't know if there's a way to like add a, you know, add a bone in there, you know what I mean? And then let's fix this again, I guess. Thoughts on another 6-month GTA 6 delay? I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care about GTA. A virtual bone? Can we add a virtual bone in here? Because we could add a virtual bone in. Well, I don't know if it would work. Because technically the upper leg is assigned to the spine, which is not correct. I don't think retargeting is gonna work. Gonna be honest, guys. It says missing start bone again. Even though just wanted to ask a dev. I don't know. For me, I'm a bit different than other devs, I guess, because I don't really care for it, to be honest. Whoa. Okay. Who skinned that? That's not skinned very well. Of course. There are skeleton editor tools in the engine now? That's true. We could fuck around with that. Is that a good idea? Well, maybe we'll learn a couple things. Okay. Retarget root. Oh, great. This tutorial is out of date. I believe. Slightly out of date. Or it's different. There's different terminologies being used. Okay. Do we need a neck bone? You must create chains for all major limbs that you want to retarget. You can optionally create chains for minor limbs such as fingers too. In this example, we will create the following chains in both IK rigs: spine, left arm, neck, head, left leg, right leg. This system does not add a chain for the neck. So I guess we'll go ahead and add a chain for neck. And then I guess in the gruntling, we are also going to add a chain for the neck. Luckily, it determined that it's neck. It's just... I don't know why it doesn't automatically add it. So left leg, right leg, head, neck, right arm, left arm, and spine. Spine is done. Spine 01, spine 03. Maybe that's what we were missing, is the neck. Okay. It's also got clavicle, which is interesting. Not shown in this version. And then set up an IK retargeter. Before continuing, there's a few things you should check and in the chain mapping panel, make sure the target and source change are matching. Chain mapping. So we go back here. And we need to find chain mapping. It is not a window. IK rig? It only has There's no neck in here. It's just right arm, right leg, left leg. Good. Very good. Okay. Oh, here we go. Root, spine, neck, head, right clavicle, right arm, left clavicle, left arm, right leg, left leg. So what are we supposed to be seeing? Make sure the target and source change is matching. In most cases, the names should correctly auto-match. If not, then you can click the source chain drop down and change the chain assignment to match. It would appear, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I think it's working. I don't know. It's not really showing me. I guess it's matching. Make sure the target and source chains are matching. Yes. Make sure both characters have matching reference poses. If these references pose differ, such as if one character is T pose and another is A pose, then you will need to adjust one of the retarget poses so they match. You can resolve reference pose discrepancies by editing, importing, or exporting different poses using retarget pose tools in the hierarchy. How do I create a new pose? Create a new retarget pose. Fantastic. How do I get him to stop playing the preview animation that I assigned to him? Aha. Edit retarget pose. Okay. So how do we want to T-pose him. Let me see his clavicle. It's kind of straight-ish. Let me go world. We'll do 10 degrees. 10 degrees. And then upper arm left and upper arm right. And honestly, that's probably good enough. These. Now, I would assume we can just create motherfucker. You could just auto align it? Yeah. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, you can do it that way. All right, align selected. Okay, and then this will be, how do we save this? I don't know if I like this pose. To be fair, I don't really know what his hands are doing. You know, I don't really know what his hands are doing, but whatever. And then, honestly, I feel like my pose is better. Am I crazy? The rotation seems more natural. So we'll just go with that to try it, just to try. So that is that part for creating and editing the pose. Okay. So let's see what is next that we might have forgotten. Okay. Preview. Yeah, you know what? I have a strong feeling this is not working because we don't have a pelvis. Gonna be honest. I think that is the root problem of all of this. We don't have a pelvis. But I feel like he should at least have some arm movement and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you know? I feel like we should at least have a little bit of something working. The thing that I find weird is I feel like the IK here, I don't know what these green bones are. We don't have any of those in here. We don't have any of those green bones that I'm assuming we might need. Full body IK bone settings. I don't know. Very interesting. Is there something I'm missing here that allows their movement to go through? Are you doing all this so you can port all of the animations to your monkey? That's a monkey? Yeah, I wonder, root was unable to be normalized, chains too short. Which could be, due to... No, there's no way that would be the problem. Root and mesh grunt link. So this one's yelling about this one. But it's literally right there. The thing is, when I do changes here, is it going to update in the retargeter here? Okay, this is a waste of time. We're just going to retarget our grunt. I think the only reason why I wanted to go into this is to figure out, like, how does it work? But I had to delete my op stack and recreate after adding chains to the IK rig. How do you delete the op stack? Oh, now it works. Of course. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. That's really stupid. How do I hide these? Just so I can see. God, I fucking hate this new UI. I don't like it. Why? Why did they have to do this? Why? Why flip everything? I would assume this would be under bones, but I am not seeing anything for the bones. Is there like an Unreal Academy you can go to study all this? Yeah, YouTube and stuff. And whatnot. YouTube. 100%. Stuff like that. YouTube and shit. Yeah, anyways. Interesting. Okay, so... Oh, debug draw. Okay, that's what it was. You know what? We could use that as an attack and start using the little guy. And it would retarget him to that skeleton. Hmm. Okay. All right, well, we could use this. Even though the grunt is going to be completely changed up, I'm actually kind of surprised it's actually kind of working. YouTube is boring. Do you want me to give you the honest answer or the nice answer? You can change that. Level editor, toolbar settings 1. Hold on, hitting the console command broke everything. Oh. Oh, that's not, that's this. Which, to be fair, I don't know why that's defaulted to off. I don't understand. Like, there's nothing, there's empty space here. Like, this is a nice button to have because of the scalability. Otherwise, you'd have to go up here somewhere. Somewhere, I don't fucking know. Tools or something. Let's see, toolbar. Ah, oh, huh? Ah, it's tool menus, viewport, toolbar. Hey. Oh my God, we're back. Guys, we're so back. We're so back. We're so back. I'm not going to remember that. I am not going to remember that. So does this mean that we can... Let's go to our enemies. Let's duplicate this guy. Enemy grunt. Let's okay, what are the tiny guys going to be called, guys? What do we call? We can't they can't be called grunts. You're doing hard to port. Goblins. Little lads. Gremlins. 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 Ah, gremlin. I like it. Gremlin. All right. I need to make an animation blueprint for them. Create a template animation blueprint? What the fuck is that? That sounds great. Create a child animation blueprint that uses a different compatible skeleton. Why can't I just duplicate this and then... I don't want to retarget the entire thing. I just want to duplicate it and assign it to a different skeleton. Hey, he don't look bad. I ain't gonna lie. He doesn't look bad. I don't know what the template is, but that's cool. I just want to duplicate this so I can reuse it. Oh, wait, just do this. I'll copy. Let's make a new folder for this guy, Gremlin. I don't know if we're going to keep that name. I don't know if that's a slur. Gremlin, is that a bad word? Anybody know? Gremlin. Gremlin. Something about it doesn't sound like the nicest thing in the world, but... Oh shit, he's dead! Oh no! What is this? Oh, it's the idol. Idol. Idol, 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 idol. Intro, falling, death, cast, aggro. Wait, you're fucking kidding me. This guy doesn't have an idol animation? What? Oh yeah, I forgot. He also his animations are fucking broken. You know what? I have an idea. I thought this was very cool that you could actually do this. You can literally take an entire animation blueprint and just retarget it. I don't know about you, but that's sick. So is that going to take every single animation and just wow, okay, all right. Foaming from the mouth. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so then in here, we'll take we'll give him the skeleton. We're gonna rename this stuff. Also, we recreated that attack animation. We're gonna move it over yonder. They're adding some spatial awareness stuff to the retargeting system in 5.7.2, so arm slash legs, etc. Don't clip into the body and shit on reader. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Very cool. That's sick. Can I retarget a... Wait, you can retarget a montage? Wait. Wait. Shut up. Wait. Wait, shut up. Close the front door. No way. No. Well, we did just retarget the attack. So, like... I'm sure that... But, like, that's going to retarget all of our, like, notifies and everything, too? It did rename it. That's fine. Let's just save everything. So does that mean it's going to retain all of the stuff that we gave it? Yeah. Now, I don't know if the timings are correct. The whoosh light, don't know if that's in the right spot. Okay. Hold on. We got to change his height. He's a bit of a shorter guy. He's a bit of a shorter guy. Even shorter than that. He's a tiny guy, you know. But he's got heart. Now, hand underscore right is incorrect. The rotation is also incorrect. We're also going to give him a smaller sword. It's a little big for him. It's a bit of a big sword, you know. We're going to give him a club later. For now, he's got a sword. Do I plan on making all the enemy animations too? I'll probably, you know, I'll probably try to make a bunch of stuff. You know, Vinny. How about, you know, we'll see. I don't know. Too many questions. I have no idea. But hey, it's cool to see that our idle animations for these guys are still getting some love. They're still being used. You know what I mean? Does he have a physics asset? That is ridiculous, but whatever, we can make do. Sure, whatever. There's just so many bones. There's an insane amount of bones. We do not need this many bones. Why are his clavicles that enormous? I guess he's got a pretty big neck, but like, he only works out his neck. He only works out his neck. It's neck day every day, okay? Yeah, I'm surprised that the retargeting worked, considering that we literally do not have a pelvis bone on our guy. So I'm very cool to try that out. Very cool to try that out. I gotta say. And to see it kind of working. Seems like he wants a coin. No, he just, Have you seen the iShowSpeed Flash cosplay? It reminds me of that. No, I have not seen that, but... That's my build. Neck only, 100% neck. Damn. How much do you think he deadlifts? Hey, I gotta say, that's okay. He's got an insane amount of neck, but you gotta. That is a pretty sick looking cosplay. Hey, that is a pretty sick looking cosplay. That's pretty sick looking. It's actually kind of insane looking. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even like. I don't like IShowSpeed. Well, to be fair, I don't watch him. I don't watch his current any of his current stuff. It's not for me. But that's a pretty sick looking cosplay. And it's just funny to see that most of the muscle is just neck. He's become one with his body. It's like his neck is no longer a thing. It's just muscle, and it just there's a curvature. You could like ski off of it his fucking neck. He kind of did a 180, to be honest, separated himself from a lot of the losers he used to chill with. Okay. Well, from what I've heard, he seems like a supposedly better person. Like, supposedly he's like more positive and whatnot. But there was a period of time where he was not, you know, from some of the stuff that I saw, he was not exactly the most respectful person of certain cultures and places and whatnot. But definitely better than a lot of kick streamers, that's for sure. What's that material shader, Krim? It's kind of like there's a Fresnel and shit. It's just something. It's just slapping some random shit in there. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. All right, let's see the little gremlins. I want to bring in their own walking animation, but we'll do that later. Okay, they're playing the wrong attack animation. That's okay, we can fix that. Also forgot to rename it. That T-pose? That's them doing an attack animation. Incorrect attack animation. And that's them still doing it because I forgot to set the actual thing. Okay, there we go. Now you should play the actual animation. But I want them to play their goofy running animation because I think that's like that's the real meat of all of this. He's not playing any of the other stuff because all of his bones are fucked. It's not spine 03 upper leg underscore left or upper leg underscore right. There's like a big motherfucker prefix on all of his bones. I don't know why. I literally don't know why. So let's open up his skeleton. Oh, God. Okay. Bone. Class defaults bone. So spine 03 is actually B underscore MF underscore spine 03. His upper leg is actually B underscore MF underscore thigh. And then lower arm is actually B underscore MF underscore forearm underscore L. And then bone to simulate spine 01 is actually going to be pelvis, which is B. Okay. Now when we hit them, hold on, I got a window on the side which is making me lag. Dude, I hate these windows that pop up. It's so annoying. Access none trying to read property agent. It's not a U class. What do you mean? Oh, we're probably gonna do a bunch of that stuff, Mortis. We're gonna affect a lot of that stuff, I think, over time. We'll make it so like these guys, we'll make it so we can have like weight. So we can check weight. One thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna reduce their health a shit ton. Like these guys have 36 health, we're gonna make them have like 15. Which I think in the head, they should literally... We haven't assigned their weak spots yet. Okay, so now we need to assign their weak spots. Close this. Weak hit spots. Yes, hit boxes. Neck 1.5. Oh, it's because they're using the physics asset. So I need to go into his physics asset. Hit boxes, so okay. B underscore MF underscore head. I wish I could just copy paste the name of this. Is there any text here that I could use, please? Bone name, there we go. Big motherfucking head. And then the neck we're gonna want as well. It's gonna be the same amount of damage. I wish I could move this up. I can't, though. Wish I could reorder this. I wish I could do that. That would be awesome. Luckily, Past Me was very smart and made it so we can modify the legs without actually having to do underscore L and underscore right, because I'm kind of smart, one might say. So now if I hit him in the head, with a full force bow hit, or if I hit them all in the head with the sword, use the physics as hitboxes? Yes, yeah. Did I model the gremlin? No. That's a part of the Infinity Blade pack. I don't know if it's the sound effects they're making. But I don't know. I find them, they're not like... I think we give them 20 health. I think 20. Like, maybe it's their hurt sounds. Hold on. Sound. Death sound, hurt sound. Goblin. These. Hold on. Monster voice. Really? I got an idea. Oh, no. Don't like that. I have an idea. It's okay. I voice acted this, and I pitched it down. Pitching it back up makes it sound like me. Yeah, whatever. Sure. Uh, it's yeah, sure. Why not? Is MetaHuman 2 triggered to generate something cool? Ah, you know, if you're in video games, I don't know if it's like worth. I don't know. Hold on, hold on. Kicking him did not seem to work. And I don't really know how that works. Oh! Bone. Bone to simulate B underscore MF pelvis. Hmm. It's possible that I have to adjust something here. I don't know if the physics type, something's supposed to be, hold on. Characters, grunt. Let's see his physics asset real quick. The spine 01 is set to default. Okay. It could be the fact that he has a pelvis, which is why he's not getting kicked. Am I using anything from Superfire as a framework? Am I starting complete fresh? I don't think anything in here is from Superfire, no. Why are they dying in Beyblade mode? I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so kicking them is not causing them to fly away. Ragdoll start. Set all bodies below, simulate physics, spine 01. Oh. That is why. That is why. It is hard-coded to spine 01. Can I get the root bone? Root. No, that's not what I want. Ah, shit. This is because he doesn't have a pelvis again. Again, stupid system. Can you get use bone index 0? I think that's going to give me the actual skeleton and not the physics asset. Which is part of the problem. Just a really, really stupid system. Just a really, really dumb system. All right, now it should work. He's in the ground. He's in the ground. He is in the ground. He is indeed in the ground. Yes. As a matter of fact, okay, now. Not flying very far. I wonder if his mass, like, what's his mass? What is his defined mass? 99. What is your mass? It's probably in here. 5, 7, 5, 3. Pretty sure that's like way less. Pretty sure that's way less than the grunt. What is your mass? 10. Yeah, like way less. It's like way less. How is it that he's like not flying away? And it's on velocity change. What? I'm kicking down at them. That's why I try to crouch. But maybe that's like how far they actually go. Maybe we need to like increase the amount of impulse that they would take. I don't know how I feel about them currently. They don't really serve much of a purpose right now. You know what we can do? We can make it so they do not we can make it so they don't require aggression and so that they just run at you no matter what. That could be part of it, like they just run at you. I also think part of it is like their buggy physics. I don't know what is going on, but they have this like weird... Do you guys like see that? Like that weird tick rate physics going on? Also, don't ask me why they're like spinning around and stuff. I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. You know, I really, really wish I knew. This is why I use animation packs for third person. Well, you know, it comes with time, man. If you don't practice, you're obviously not going to get better at it, right? It's just a case of just practicing and just making more animations, and as you get through it, you get better at it. Am I using the physics asset from the pack? I am. I'm pretty sure. I think what it is the I don't know why that's still simulating. I think it could be his bones that we're setting to simulate on. I don't know, actually. It could be the active ragdoll starting bone. You might actually want this to be spine 01. Let me see. Also, I just remembered they don't actually have a spine 01 in the ragdoll system. Where are you going? Looks like he's driving a car. Vroom vroom. When I kicked him there, it did not kick him. Oh, because I'm changing the wrong thing. Oh my god. What the hell hit me? No, I don't think there's anything that is... I think it's just their physics asset. They got a fucky physics asset. Let me see. Simulate. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 So it's happening in the simulation. I don't know what bone would cause that. Probably this really weird rotated spine. It's a very odd spine bone. Admittedly. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them as enemies, though. Maybe it's because they're doing the same thing as the grunt currently. Yeah. It's an idea. I think they still need a bit of work. Still need a bit of work. Maybe they don't require aggression because they're so small, and maybe we'd probably want them to be like fodder to like die in one hit. Let's see if we just give them way less health. Let's try like 12 health. Hell, let's try like 8. They have 8 health. They could die to a fireball. 1 fireball. Maybe that's what it is. I don't think they're trying to do move to locations. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to go. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chat, and sticking around, guys. I'm going to go eat something. Yes. Core mechanic that transform into snakes when they die. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them currently. I like the idea of them dying in one hit. So they could be kind of horde-esque. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going to take a little break, a work break and stuff. I'll see you guys on Monday. Yeah. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. All right, goodbye.